Hey, what's up guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I've got some extraordinary video footage to share with you guys. One out of Stuart, Florida, looking out over the ocean at a stationary craft. Video footage sent in by Paul, and then a video sent in by Diane out of British Columbia. Around 11:30 at night, she noticed what looks like a planet in the northeastern sky that turns into a triangle craft. Simply incredible. We're going to take a closer look at that here in just a moment, but I wanted to share with you a report submitted to New Force. Goes back to September 2nd of 2020, and we've been seeing like spheres and big circles in the sky in the proximity of the sun, and every once in a while I'll go over to New Force. In fact, you can find New Force here at the website, this tab right there, and maybe twice a month I'll look at the reports that have been submitted from various locations around the world by people that have seen things that they can't identify in the sky. And this is one of those reports. Comes out of Florence, Colorado, dated September the 2nd of 2020, 8:06 p.m. Goes on to say, a bright white sphere surrounded by an orange glow observed rapidly traveling across the horizon. As the sun was setting, and again this was viewed from Colorado, as the sun was setting on the western horizon, a bright white sphere was noted moving very fast, passing underneath the sun. The sphere was extremely bright white, surrounded by an orange glow. It was only visible for 5 to 7 seconds as it was traveling very rapidly. That wasn't something they saw in a video. They actually saw that in the sky. And when I saw that sphere, caught my attention, so I read the report, and that's quite fascinating, and it aligns with the things that we've been seeing pictures and videos of here recently, so makes you wonder if they're related. Before we get started, I want to check the Schumann resonance. You can see there's a steady hum through the Schumann resonance, been there a while, very consistent. Seems to be on about 10 to 15 minute intervals. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera. Another day at the office, steady flow of energy around the caldera. A little quieter today than it was yesterday. In fact, very quiet at Old Faithful. There's no data at all on the seismograph. Another thing I wanted to touch on was this thing you see right here at the SOHO LASCO C3 instrument. I wanted to share what this was with you guys because there's been an uptick in near-Earth objects. Back on October the 8th, there were 2 or 3 new ones added to the list at spaceweather.com. I think this was one of them, even though it wasn't near the Earth. It went past the sun, and I want to share with you why I'm confident that is some sort of a small asteroid that was picked up by the SOHO instrument. Let me show you how these things react to the extreme light of the sun. Did you see it right there? I'm going to slow it down and zoom in. Here it is on a different instrument, same spacecraft, and right there it was again. Now what we're going to do is compare it to a comet that went through the solar system a while back. See in the center of that? That is showing us an object right there that is reacting to the sunlight, and that is caused, this feature you see right there is caused by light saturation. Comets leave a long tail behind them. Ordinary, just like asteroids and things like that, if they're at the right angle, they'll show up like this on this instrument, leaving an extreme light saturation signature in the data. And that's what that is. And that goes back to October the 9th, during the early morning hours of October the 9th, when they detected 3 more new near-Earth objects making close approaches to the Earth. This one took a different route and went over in the proximity of the sun. And I'm going to show you Comet Lovejoy and how a comet reacts on the same basic path as this object here. Here comes Comet Lovejoy, and this was from back in 2011. See, it's a little bit bigger. The object that I just showed you here was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, maybe 3,000 or 4,000 feet wide. It was pretty good size, or it wouldn't have left such a large saturation signature like that. Coming over here to the comet, you're looking at a few miles wide. And see, it's very, very bright, and you've got that same basic shape. That's from light saturation. That's how the instrument manages the extreme light that's being emitted by comets, and in some cases, not very often, but in some cases, small asteroids that make their way over into that area of the sun, which is in the view of this spacecraft. But you can see comets obviously leave a very long tail. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I've seen that before on here, and I have compared them to an uptick in near-Earth objects. And this is another example I've seen, and I've seen that before in the past. I just wanted to pass that along. Hopping down to Stuart, Florida, which is on the east coast of Florida. What we're about to see is a video sent in by Paul, and he noticed something out over the ocean that was very bright, very stationary.
This is Paul in Stuart, Florida.
This is Paul in Stuart, Florida. There's the object.
Let me see. It is now about 9:32 p.m. I'm looking east, and look at these strange lights. They look like they're orange. This is September 23rd, around 9:30 p.m.
So in the video,
any idea what this is?
In the video, you can see obviously one primary light. According to Paul, there were more than one. They were stationary. He had watched them for a while before he turned on the video. He sent me a video that was in the neighborhood of 6 to 7 minutes long of this light you could see quite easily that was in the same location out over the ocean, did not move. It just kind of blinked on and off from time to time. Could have been clouds way off in the distance moving in front of this object. I don't know, but I found it very interesting because there were no planets out in that area at that time, very low on the horizon, that would have been especially blinking on and off from time to time. And Paul happened to notice that and shared a video with me. And I've got some more videos to share of lights in the sky, some during broad daylight hours. Here's one here sent in by Diane K. out of British Columbia. Notice this at 11:37 p.m. She gives good commentary on what she sees here in the sky. You're going to see a light transform into a craft. Very, very cool. This is probably, I don't know, best guess, a few miles away, less than 10. The object itself, difficult to tell. I would say a few hundred feet across, no more than maybe a couple of hundred feet, maybe 300 feet wide. Again, difficult to tell at this great distance, but I'm going to let Diane share her narration with us in this video. Check this out. This is really rare.
Unusual light in the sky that keeps changing shape.
Keeps changing shape.
On Sunday, September 20th at 11:38 p.m. As you can see, it's a very deceptive shape. It pulsates almost like a planet, and then it turns into 3 lights. There, it just changed shape. It turned into, almost looks like a chocolate Hershey's. Kind of. It camouflages itself to appear like a planet, but then it turns into a triangle. Looks like 3 strobe lights in each corner. That was my closest magnification.
Now you can see the 3 points of light she was talking about, and there's the craft. I've got this in slow motion. You can see some color. See, there's red. You're going to see blue. Look how bright that is. You see the blue, and you can see a little bit of purple right there. She did an excellent job recording. Look at that red. I've got this zoomed in very close and in slow motion. And you can see more activity around this light. And she was explaining how it went from a solid object like what we're seeing here and then switched to 3 that made a triangle craft. Pretty incredible footage here by Diane. There it just blinked a reddish color. And there, see when it blinked, and now it's an entirely different shape. I've never seen that before on video. That is quite exceptional. And that's the video footage that she sent me right there. Went from a solid light to what you're seeing now. However, you want to interpret that, but it's certainly not a solid light. You can still kind of see some red and various colors there, but you can see the 3 points of light, especially the one there and there that she was talking about. But you got to keep in mind, this is very far away. And at the beginning of the video, she said it was kind of camouflaging itself, making it difficult to see. But once she found it, she stayed on it for several minutes. That was an excellent video by Diane out of British Columbia. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. All of the photos end up here at the Sky Phenomena Photo Gallery at the website, and sometimes I'll use them in a video just like you saw right here. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.